He said I'd never be enough for the life he wanted. He left me for status, for wealth, for influence, for her. But now, his billion-dollar company can't survive without one thing, my signature. My name is Nova Sinclair, and once upon a time, I believed love was stronger than ambition. I believed that when two people promised forever, they meant it. But forever ended the day my husband chose power over me. Ethan Sinclair wasn't just my husband, he was my world. We met when I was a fresh-faced architect intern, and he was the charming heir to Sinclair Holdings, a family-run luxury development empire. He said he loved my simplicity, my creativity, my refusal to fit into society's mold. And for a while, I believed him. Our early years were humble but golden. We lived in a small downtown loft filled with my sketches and his laughter. We dreamed together, building blueprints for a future we could both be proud of. But dreams change when greed walks in the door. When Ethan's father passed away, he inherited control of Sinclair Holdings. And suddenly, my husband, the man who once said love was all we needed, became obsessed with the world of high society. Galas, fundraisers, political dinners, and her. Her name was Cassandra Vale. Elegant. Powerful. The daughter of a senator. She represented everything he thought I wasn't. I remember the night I found out about them. He came home in a tailored suit that smelled like her perfume. When I asked where he'd been, he didn't even try to lie. Nova, he sighed, you're brilliant, but you're not what Sinclair needs anymore. I have to think about our image. Our image. He used that word like a weapon. By morning, the divorce papers were ready. He left me with nothing, no share of his company, no settlement beyond what the lawyers insisted. But what hurt most wasn't the loss of money. It was the loss of faith, in him, in love, in everything I'd helped him build. I moved out quietly, carrying only my sketchbooks and one promise whispered to myself, they may have taken everything from me, but they haven't taken my vision. I started small. A rented workspace, a few loyal clients, and a heart full of fury turned into fuel. I founded Lunari, a sustainable architecture firm that believed in creation with conscience. Where Sinclair built skyscrapers that screamed excess, I designed structures that breathed harmony, art that served purpose. The first year was chaos. Late nights. Missed meals. Rejections that could fill a library. But slowly, my designs began to attract attention. Clients who were tired of old luxury came to me for something new, something real. My first major success came from a green energy resort project in Monaco. It was daring, innovative, and within months, it became a global headline. Investors started calling. Celebrities wanted to collaborate. Lunari became a symbol of the future, elegant, intelligent, untouchable. And then, fate began its slow circle. 3 years later, at an international real estate summit, I found myself standing in front of a familiar logo, Sinclair Holdings. Their exhibit was beautiful, but their energy was desperate. Whispers floated through the room, they're losing investors, markets shifting, no innovation left. I was sipping champagne when I heard a voice behind me. Nova? I turned, and there he was. Ethan. He looked older, sharper, but hollow in the eyes. And next to him stood Cassandra, flawless, calculating, and clearly nervous. Didn't expect to see you here, he said softly. I smiled. You should've. The summit's for leaders, isn't it? He flinched. Cassandra forced a polite smile. We've been following Lunari's rise, she said. Impressive work. Thank you, I replied. We believe in building legacies that last, not ones that crumble with greed. Her smile faltered. Ethan looked away. A week later, my assistant handed me a sealed proposal. The sender, Sinclair Holdings. They wanted to partner on a multi-billion-dollar urban renewal project. Apparently, their investors demanded my firm's involvement, or they'd pull funding altogether. I stared at that document for a long time. It was poetic. The company that discarded me for status, now begged for my name to survive. I agreed to meet. The meeting took place in the same boardroom where Ethan had once dismissed my ideas as too artistic. Now, he sat across from me, silent as I presented Lunari's conditions. I spoke slowly, deliberately. Lunari will lead design and creative direction. Full control of aesthetics, sustainability, and PR narrative. In short, your brand carries my signature. The board looked stunned. Ethan looked humiliated. But Cassandra? She looked terrified. One of the investors leaned forward. Ms. Sinclair, I interrupted gently. It's Nova Vale, actually. I prefer to use my own name now. That small correction felt like thunder. The deal went through because it had to. Sinclair Holdings needed me to survive. And so, for the first time, I signed a contract with my ex-husband's company, but this time, I was the one with the pen and power. Months passed. The project, a sustainable luxury district, became the crown jewel of modern architecture. Every press conference featured my face, my firm, my message. Sinclair Holdings was mentioned only as a partner, a footnote in my legacy. At the grand opening, Ethan approached me, looking smaller somehow. "Nova," he murmured, "you did it. You really did it." I turned to him with a faint smile. "No, Ethan. We did it. You built the shell. I gave it a soul." He swallowed hard. "Do you ever regret it?" "Us?" I looked around, at the shimmering skyline, at my name lit across digital billboards. "No," I said softly. "You taught me what not to settle for." That night, as I stood on the rooftop, champagne in hand, reporters swarming for quotes, I saw the Sinclair logo beneath mine, smaller, fainter, fading. And I realized something profound. He left me for power, but in chasing it, he lost his soul. I lost everything, and found myself. Now, his company can't move a single project without my approval. His investors call me for updates. His name may still be on the building, but my signature is the one that keeps the doors open. Sometimes, revenge doesn't need fury. Sometimes, it only needs evolution. And as I look out across the skyline that once defined his world, I whisper to myself, he left me for status. But status bows to me now.